What's good, my people? Back at it again with another video. Um, Go ahead. If y'all this y'all first time like tuning in to me or whatever, I don't edit like none of my videos. I could easily get somebody to edit my videos, but I just do one takes. I really don't care. Eventually I might have somebody like edit my videos and stuff like that, but for the most part, I don't care. You know. I give it to y'all live every time. I give it when I mess up, stutter, mess up on word, all of that. Can't spell, can't whatever. Y'all get it all. You know what I'm saying? But y'all see me rocking the Black Panther hat. You know, that's how I get down. You know. But anyway, quick side note, cause y'all know I'm silly, I'm goofy. All right. So my dad is a real talk like hip hop head, like, and he's like been bumping music since since I was born. You know, I used to be in my dad's car, you know, nodding my head since I was 2 in the car chilling with my pops listening to music, right? So there's a song called Cream, right? Y'all heard it. Cream, get the money, dollar bills, y'all. Tell me why. I just recently realized that cream means cash rules everything around me. You know how long I've been listening to that song, and I just realized like that's what that acronym stands for. Like, oh my god, oh my goodness, don't judge me. Please don't judge me. Oh my goodness, it took me forever to like. I'm 28 years old. I used to playing that song all the time, and I just now realized that's what that means. Like, oh my god, oh my god. But anyway, y'all know I get distracted so easily. Like, this is far from what the topic of this is gonna be. Okay, the topic of the video today is men. Polygyny is not for you if. All right, now I can only speak on the men. I'm a man. I can only really speak on a men's point of view, men's perspective on this topic. Like, I can go ahead and like say and make a video about like, you know, what men who are in this lifestyle really expect from women. I could do that at a later time, but I gotta address my men first because it's like make it or you break it, depending on the type of man that's in this lifestyle. For one, just a disclaimer, this topic is a very controversial topic, and then also this isn't for everybody. Like, straight off jump, this isn't for everybody. And like, just going throughout my daily life or whatever, I see some of my homies and stuff like that, and they see my posts and things I talk about, and a few of them, they hit me up and be like, oh man, like, I'm about, having like 2 women. I'm about like having 2 wives and stuff like that. Or they'll be like, oh man, like, yeah, like I would want something like that and this, that, and the other. And like, first thing that goes through my head, like, no, you don't. Like, no, you don't. You don't. Like, it just sounds cool, but no, you don't. You really don't. And even though like I'm in this lifestyle, I practice this lifestyle, like, I low key, like, I deter people away from the lifestyle a little bit. It's more of a balance. Like, others, I'll be like, yeah, certain people I'll be like, yeah, you should do it. Then others I'll be like, nah, and that's just simply just based off me, like, going off of what I know about the person and things like that. And I'm just like, nah, you ain't ready. Like, oh, you ready? You should try it, stuff like that. But I'm gonna get right into it. I made a little list, so if you see me like looking over to the side and stuff like that, I'm looking at my list. I have a very ADHD. Oops, shit. No, I broke my zipper. Oh my god, no. Where'd it go? Oh, my bad, y'all. I broke the zipper on the side of my track pants. Oh no. Anyway, That's I gotta find that. But anyway, let me continue with the video. I told y'all I get sidetracked easily. I just legit broke the zipper on my dang pants, y'all. Anyway, but yeah, there also these aren't in any specific order. So like one isn't better than the next. You know what I'm saying? They're all like equal parts of the equation. But let's jump right into it. The first one, if you're the jealous type, and again, I'm speaking for this is for the men, but men could be just as jealous as women are. Honestly, like if you're the jealous type, like this lifestyle is not for you, not for you. And then I'll also say this too. Contrary to what some people might believe, there's actually women that are out here promoting this lifestyle more than the guys are. I'll be on social media. I'll be in some of the groups, and then I'm starting to do more meetups this year. Actually going out and talking to people and stuff like that. There's actually more women that promote this lifestyle than guys do. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, but like if you're the jealous type, like this isn't for you, because if her being with another woman is making you jealous, this ain't for you. Because it's gonna be times where the girls just wanna hang out without you. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be the all the jealous type of motherfucker that's always crying and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just because they need their alone time together, or if the person just needs alone time by themselves in general, it's not gonna work out for you if you're the jealous type. Let me just say that. And then also a quick side note, while I'm going deeper into my list, there's also different dynamics. First of all, polygyny is like an umbrella term for a whole bunch of other different stuff. And I'm not going to touch it all into those, but the one I'm talking about is polygyny, where it's one man, multiple wives, or multiple women. Also understand that polygyny means wives, so it's not necessarily just girlfriends. You get what I'm saying? It means wives. But I believe like there's different dynamics in the polygyny type of structure. You can have where it's, well, I'm just gonna talk in the base of a triad, because I know that's the more common one that people talk about is a triad. There's 3 people involved in the relationship. Now, one of the dynamics is this. It could be like all of you are romantically involved. So that means like for the guy you have 2 girlfriends. For the girl and the other girl you have a girlfriend and a boyfriend, or a husband and a wife, or from the guy's perspective 2 wives. Now, they can be the dynamic of where everybody is romantically involved. Meaning like, okay, the guy likes the 2 girls, and also the girls like each other and the guy. You get what I'm saying? There can be that dynamic. Also, if you hear some banging, I got people working on the house. Yeah, they're fixing stuff around the house, so you might hear some hammering, knocking, some drilling. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. But also the other dynamic is the women aren't they're not romantically involved with each other. They're only romantically involved with the guy. There's a dynamic of that. Now how it could still be a relationship is the girls view each other more as like sisters instead of like a girlfriend. There's that dynamic too. I've seen that a few times where they don't get down with each other. They don't get down with each other, but they are romantically involved with the guy. You get what I'm saying? They view each other as sisters, not as girlfriends. You get what I'm saying? So there's that dynamic. So I just wanted to put that out there, so that way you'll have a deeper understanding of that. The second one I put, you're using it as an excuse to get a 3-way. Oh my God. It is so much stuff that I see on social media about like having a triad, polygyny, and poly. Like, oh my goodness, you gotta be careful. Like, for one, like, you have to just be honest with people. Like, if that's what you want, all you want is a three-way, be upfront with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't beat around the bush. If all you want to have is a three-way with your girlfriend and another girl, then be upfront with that. Don't try to come at them sideways, because again, the there's women out there who are into the lifestyle, and there are some women that do just want the sex. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta be honest as a man. You just gotta be honest with them and be like, hey, like, this ain't that, or this is this, or whatever. Like, don't use this as an excuse to get a three-way. Don't call it polygyny and stuff like that. Like, you really down with all of this, and all you really want is to have a three-way. Please don't do that, because not only you ruin the community. You know what I'm saying? There's already a big stigma and a whole bunch of controversy around this type of lifestyle in the first place. Don't ruin it by by doing stuff like that. Be authentic, be real, and it's true. And contrary to what you might believe, I promise you, you be up front with these women, you'll get what you want. Plain and simple. But it's also some other things that you also have to be honest about, and just move with integrity and stop lying. Just straight up. The next one, and also stuff is gonna like mesh with each other off of this list. Another one is you're using it as an excuse to cheat. Please, again, you're hurting the community with that. If you've always been the type of dude where like you never, like, you just been playing females and lying and stuff like that, don't use polygyny as an excuse for you to be like, oh well, that's just me, I just want more than one girl. Like, if you can't just be upfront, a liar is a liar at the end of the day. If you can't be upfront with these women and just let them know, like, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship, I want to talk to this girl and I want to talk to that girl. There are some women, now I'm not saying all of them, but there are some women out there that are okay with that, because they don't really want to settle down themselves. But let's just be adults here. You know what I'm saying? Just be an adult about it. If all you want to do is just have like multiple sex partners and y'all doing it safely and everybody knows about it, I don't see anything wrong with that. Just be upfront. Don't fake, you know what I'm saying? Don't fake the shit like, oh, I'm a polygynist and I practice polygyny, and I'm just gonna be having sex with her and her and her and her, and you're not moving out of integrity. You ruin it. You honestly do ruin it for the community. You know what I'm saying? So that, like, if you're just a cheater and you're just an asshole, like, you know what I'm saying, call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't label the stamp on it that you practice polygyny, because that's not how it goes down. What else I put? You're a freeloader. Oh my god. If you're a freeloader, do not practice polygyny. Okay, so in the case of, we know how in the black community, how it's kind of uneven. There's more black women doing their thing in school, graduating, getting successful careers and things like that than there are black men. Now there's a lot of different factors as the reason why, but the point is, like, don't use it as your meal ticket or your sugar mama's type deal, because again, like, you being the man, like, you're supposed to be on top of your game. Like, don't be using it as a way for you to, like, get your bills paid and food in your house, and you freeloading off of these women who are, successful in what they're doing, and they agree to you with this type of lifestyle, and the only thing that you really provide them is penis, is dick. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't come to the table empty-handed. You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't. Just please don't. Like, if you're a freeloader, like people, they're like, you're gonna eventually get called out on your bullshit. You just freeloading off these women. You just using them for their resources and things like that. Again, that's bad for the community. You know what I'm saying? And The other version of that, like polyandry, there's women that do that same thing. That's freeloading off the men and stuff like that. Like, please don't do that. My bad, y'all. Gotta grab this. But please don't do that. It's like it's bad for the community. Like, don't do it. Like, if you're a freeloader, you've always been a freeloader. Don't use polygyny as an excuse for you to freeload even some more. Like, that's dumb. Don't do that shit. What's the next one? You have no purpose, and then I also have up under it, you don't have your own purpose. Let's start with you have no purpose. If there is no reason as to why you're practicing polygyny, then don't do it. Like, you're just doing it just for the hell of it. Like, there's a bad reason to do it, because there's a lot that has to go into this type of lifestyle. There's a lot that has to go into it. I was in one that was a long distance relationship. There was a girl that used to live in Atlanta, and then there was a girl that used to live in New York. Now, the only reason why it worked like that is because communication was tight. I mean, like, it was really tight on the communication. Like, it was like every single day we were talking, every single day. And then especially, like, not only you doing you having a triad, but then you're also long distance. That was a lot. Hence why you see I'm single now, and it didn't last. But it actually lasted like a year and a half. It was for what it was. You know what I'm saying? I think it lasted for a long time. You're practicing polygyny and you're doing long distance. Like, it was a lot. But like I said, it was a lot of communication. But back to what I was saying, if you don't have a purpose for this, like, if you're just doing it haphazardly and you just testing out the waters, I don't really think I mean, you could, but then again, I think it'll put a bad taste in your mouth if it's something that you're just trying out, if you didn't do your research and understand why you're doing this. Most of the time, people have a reason why as to they're doing this. It's a purpose behind it. Now, it like for instance, a purpose, like, you could be on one of them can be nation building. Nation building is simply you want kids. You and your two other partners, you want a lot of children. Now, children, it's a lot. It takes a lot to raise a child, and you necessarily can't do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? So like, a purpose of it, like I said, nation building, homeschooling your own children, creating businesses. Like, say if you have one person who's in the middle, in their career, they're on their career path and things like that, but they don't necessarily have, like, the help with their with their kids or things like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody brings something to the table, and then the other two people help build something that the other person lacks. You get what I'm saying? So it could be like creating a business, nation building, homeschooling your children, wealth generation, multifamily wealth building. It could be a number of things, but you must, like, have a purpose behind it. Like, for mine, for instance, it's a couple things, and I just named a couple of them. It's generational wealth building, it's nation building, it's business creation. Like, those are some of the things, like, for me personally, that I'm willing to accomplish, and what the purpose is of doing this. You get what I'm saying? You gotta have a purpose as to why you're doing it. There's some people that are out there that just are just, like, testing it out, seeing if it's something that they actually want to do. And I get that, but just know that sometimes that it could lead down the wrong path, and it might put a bad taste in your mouth, because you're just going off of that one relationship, and you're just like, fuck all that. It's almost compared to, like, a woman who got her heart broken by a man, and then she's like, fuck all men, and da 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 da. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of similar in that fact. The other one was you don't know your own purpose. Now, I feel like this is, like I said, this is for men. I feel like men, we need to find our purpose. We need to figure out why we're here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out what it is that we actually want to do with our lives, do with our do and create with our last name, making it mean something, like finding your purpose. Whether it's helping people, whether it's creating something, whether it's it could be anything. Just like find your purpose. And if you don't really know what your purpose is, I say get around other men who know what their purpose is, and I guarantee you'll find yours. Like for me, I know what my purpose is. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't get to that point until I was hanging around other people who knew theirs. You get what I'm saying? Like for me, I feel like my purpose is to help free people from their corporate plantations. You get what I'm saying? So like just having a regular 9 to 5. You get what I'm saying? Now, no bashing 9 to 5s and things like that. I'll talk about that in a different video. But what I found like my purpose is like helping other people who want to have their own business, have their own job, but don't really know how to go about it. You get what I'm saying? It's like the slave that wants to get off their plantation, but they don't really know how to do it. I'm the Underground Railroad in this motherfucker. You feel me? So that's how I feel like my purpose is in helping other people find what those things are. But I feel like having a sense of purpose in what you're doing leads to another different level of leadership that some women find attractive. You get what I'm saying? I feel like some women are out here that may have more resources, may have more access to resources, or they're further along their career path than you are. But I feel like women that are like that, or maybe even the bougie ones, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you know your purpose, those women are more willing to take a chance on you and to talk to you and to be with you if they know that you have a purpose. If they know, like, okay, this dude, he ain't messing around. It don't seem like nothing is swaying him away from what he wants. Ain't nothing I can say. Ain't nothing nobody can do to sway this man from what he's trying to go do. It seems like he's putting everything in his life to make sure that he accomplishes this goal. And females will rock with you if they know that you serious. Let's say like you making you barely making anything, but she racking up at her gig. I feel like some women, like I said, not all, but some women will be willing to rock with you if they know that you are dead set on your purpose. You get what I'm saying? More women are able to rock with that. But if you just bullshitting and your actions ain't really following up behind what you saying, they ain't gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like once you find your own purpose, it's a lot easier to move through like polygyny and help build and create the things that you want to do through this type of lifestyle. The next one is you have no emotional intelligence. Now I think there's a book out and I don't know who it's by, but I think it's called Emotional Intelligence. But my definition of it is I feel like the definition like emotional intelligence is being conscious of how you're feeling in certain situations, or how you deal with your emotions in a productive manner in certain situations. And here's what I mean by this. Women, generally speaking, are more emotional than men are. Society kind of tells men, especially black men, to suppress their emotions, don't let nobody see them, keep them in this box, and don't ever express them, don't ever let them out, and deal with them in a negative light. I could go into a whole different topic, conversation about that. But just generally speaking, women are more emotional than men are. All right? If you cannot handle your own emotions first, this is not for you. If you the type of man that when you get mad, you snapping off, you doing whatever, and you just processing everything in a negative light, that's gonna push your emotions onto women who are already emotional, and it's gonna cause all types of drama. All types of drama. So one, if you're not emotionally intelligent enough to keep all of your emotions in check. Now, I'm not saying suppress them. I'm not saying keep them all in. I'm not saying not to express or to show them. What I'm saying is you need to process them in a more productive and positive way. Like let's just say, for instance, you had a rough day at work. Everybody was making you mad. You just not having a good day. You get what I'm saying? Process your emotions in a positive way before you go ahead and emotionally vomit all over your women. You get what I'm saying? If you're sad, if you're mad, anything, like just find ways that work for you to process your emotions. Because for one, you know your women are gonna come to you with all of their emotions and all of their feelings and all of this. They gonna come to you with it because you're their man. So they're gonna come to you with all these emotions, and if you can't process your emotions first, you're gonna be going haywire. Meanwhile, you have 2 women or 3 women, whatever your dynamic is, that's coming to you with all of these emotions. They're going to be throwing them at you because they want to express themselves. They vent. That's how they process. They're going to be coming to you for all of that support, all of that. And you can't do any of that if you can't process your own shit first. I'm telling you, and this is from experience. And this is not only just coming from my own experience having my own triad, but also you just got to think about it. Like if you have sisters, you have a mother, you have cousins and things like that, and they got all of these emotions just coming in and thrown in at you. You have to be able to sit down, process theirs, help them with theirs all at once. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It ain't easy. And I'm not saying it's going to be some walk in the park, but at least you have to have a foundation of where you know how to process your own shit first before you go ahead and deal with all of these other women's emotions. You know what I'm saying? Stirred in this big ass pot. And then not even counting your kids. Let's say if you got kids. Oh man. So you got to not only process your emotions, you got to process her emotions, then you got to process your kids' emotions. So then, like, it's just all of this. And you being the man, you have to be the rock for them. You have to be the foundation of everything, because they're going to come to you with all of this. You have to be able to stand strong and be able to process all of this stuff. You get what I'm saying? So having emotional intelligence is big, like a big key. So like I said, this is not for everybody. If you are some person who just can't even get your own shit right mentally, that you have no business trying to take on 2 other women who are just emotional beings. They're not, there's nothing wrong with being emotional. That's what makes us human instead of animals out here. But at the same time, like, you have to be able to get your own shit right before you're able to take in 2 feminine energies at once coming at you with their emotions. It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work at all. Yeah, it's not gonna work. And then the last one is you're a manipulator. I think that's just self-explanatory. That's even like with a monogamous relationship. You gonna always manipulating people to get the things that you want, and not really, like, you're just taking and you're not really giving. You're gonna get called out on your bullshit. The energy that you put out, you're gonna end up reciprocating. Like if you've always been the type of person to manipulate people and just move in a way where there's no integrity in anything that you do, you're gonna get caught out on your bullshit. And any queen or goddess that is dealing with you is probably gonna call you out on your bullshit. You always trying to finesse people and stuff like that to get what you want out of life. That's not the way to move. And not even just for polygyny, like just out of life in general. That's a real fucked up way to move. If you always manipulating people to get things that you want, this is not for you. Bottom line, it's not for you. But I think that's it, you guys. I just had to give my input on it and let people know, or not even let people know, let the men know, like it ain't what y'all think it is. it ain't what some of y'all think it is, and you gotta. It's a lot of different elements to it. It's levels to it, and you have to be able to be not only authentic, but you also have to be stable somewhat. And that means like either financially, emotionally, like mentally, you have to have all these things in check before you even think about going into this type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I also my first experience with a triad, it wasn't all rainbows and sunshines. I had to learn how to be emotionally intelligent. Over time though, like just when I was going through my monogamous relationships and things like that, like I just had to learn, like I have to get my own emotions under check. I mean, get my own emotions in check first before I can go ahead and take on a woman's emotions. You get what I'm saying? And then now, it's gonna be twice the emotions. You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a lot of you just listening and like actively listening, like just taking in what they're telling you and then giving your honest feedback. I feel like that's one of the best ways to do it, is just like sit back and just listen most of the time. Just listen. If you just go ahead and listen, a lot of the times you have to, you're gonna know how to move and operate just by listening on what they tell you. And not even just like the listening part, but then also knowing when to speak up and knowing when to be a man in some situations, and then other times being a stoic man. You get what I'm saying? And stoic, what I mean is you just stepping back and knowing where the power lies. You get what I'm saying? So let's just say you're this isn't necessarily the time for you to be all alpha male and bravado and shit. This is a time for you to just sit back, chill, and just listen. You get what I'm saying? Just step back, just chill, and just listen to what these females got to say to you. And you just shutting up and listening. Let them get all their emotions out, listen, and then give your honest feedback. If it's gonna take you a little minute to process all of that and things like that, let them know, like, hey baby, okay, I hear what you're saying, but give me a little bit. Just give me some time. Give me some time to process everything you just told me, and I'm gonna get back to you on how I honestly feel about something. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes that's all it takes. Her being a woman, she has to respect that. You know what I'm saying? You're a man. And then like she's a woman, we process things differently. I'll just like for instance, between like my mom and my dad, like my dad, like he don't really talks like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of like similar in that sense. We don't talk like that. We need a second for us to process, think about it, and then we'll come back to you and let you know how we feel and how certain things should operate. You get what I'm saying? But then there's other times where you honestly need to be a man and step the fuck up and speak your piece. And sometimes like just gotta be real with you. Sometimes there's times where you need to put women in check. You do, but that doesn't have to be every single situation that you guys have. If you just go around stomping your feet and being all bravado all the fucking time, that's gonna be toxic. That's toxic. You know, there's that toxic masculinity thing they be talking about. It's a little bit of that. If that's what you're gonna be doing all the damn time and puffing your chest out at fucking everybody because you think you the king around this motherfucker, that's not how it always works, man. You gotta have balance. You gotta have balance. But again, there are some times where you gotta step up and be a fucking man and be like, hey, like, shut the fuck up. Honestly, like, there's sometimes when you gotta do that, but not every situation calls for that. Sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up and just listen. That's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. And you you just gotta know, and then you just gotta know your women. If you know certain things piss her the fuck off, then don't continue to do it. Like, it's that simple. That simple. And then, like, it's other times where if you're really adamant on certain things, if you really know, like, just in your gut feeling, your intuition, that certain things have to be conducted in a certain manner, then stay in that shit, stand in that shit. And you know what I'm saying? And if it happens to fuck up and like the situation didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, then be a man and be honest, like, okay, I fucked up. I fucked up. Own that shit. You get what I'm saying? Own that shit. And be like, I'll do better next time. You feel me? But if it's the situation where you were right and it went the way that you said that it would, stand in that shit too. Be like, I was fucking right. You know what I'm saying? Stand in that shit too. You get what I'm saying? But I could talk about this forever, y'all. I thought I was gonna keep at least under 30 minutes. I'm at 37 right now. But yeah, man, like, it's a if y'all got like questions and things like that, I could talk to y'all about it in like a deeper detail, and we can have conversations and things like that. But just know, man, like, this lifestyle, it's a lot more than just having two women having sex all the time and everything's gonna be hunky-dory and you just gonna get whatever you want because you got two women. Nah, man, there's levels to this shit, and it's a lot of things that I feel like men need to know about doing this type of lifestyle, because it ain't all peaches and cream in this motherfucker. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Again, like and subscribe, man. I like having conversations like this with my other guys. I've been seeing, I'll be seeing a couple of my homies from back in the day, and we have conversations and stuff like that when I see y'all. But yeah, man, let's talk about it. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace and power, people.